go ahead with your recap.
Okie dokie. So last time, we started out leaving the Wizard's Tower, and Spinch made us a meal from the new cookbook, and we got a short rest, and that was wonderful. And we headed to the Grand Cemetery. On our way there, we stopped where there was a small dusty trunk that seemed a little out of place, and it was full of books, a complete set of Encyclopedia Esoterica, worth 150 gold pieces to the right buyer. And we kind of deduced that it belonged to a merchant that had died nearby. It was very sad. But we reached the cemetery. There's a brass fence that was damaged and the gate was broken, and there were all these undead body parts on spikes on the fence. It was gross, yeah. And just a lot of like damage, graves broken, other things like that. But Spinch's vision seemed to be underground, so we headed towards the chapel, which had an underground mausoleum. We snuck up, and there were large skeletal creatures outside with horns, skeletal minotaurs that hadn't noticed us. And we tried to sneak up on them and attack, and we saw a person inside who looked familiar to Pavel. And eventually, we finished the combat. There were both skeletons as well as demons maybe. And we met Gideon Lightward, who used to be a priest of Lathander, who we had met before the day before Elturel went here, and he was at that time a priest of Lathander, and gave us Lathander's blessing and had some benefit to that. He told us that below the chapel there's a place that was meant to communicate with the god Tyr, but now it's a portal from which demons are entering Elturel. Gideon tells us that Zariel will redeem us all and that he dreams of her. And it appears that his allegiances have shifted. He does tell us a little bit about the temple and some other things. He tells us that if you believe in the Thander and the protections of the god, then there might be some protection here at the temple. He shows us the stained glass. There's a depiction of Lathander, and there's another stained glass that has a person with full plate armor placing a helm on a kneeling man. It's the Helm of Torm. Helm presented it to Lanish Fogel, and Gideon tells us that the helm is still here beneath the chapel. In the scene, it says Torm is presenting the Helm of Torm's sight to Lanish Fogel, and he was a revered hero of Elturel's past and a dedicated paladin of Torm. And Gideon made a comment about that the helm, the one that's pictured in the stained glass, is a relic that the Grand Duke Ravengard came to the chapel in search of, which I didn't catch at the time. I wrote it down, but I didn't quite catch it at the time. But it sounds like possibly the Duke had come here before looking for this helm. I'm not sure, though. Torm's a friend with Ilmater, but Gideon says that his opinion on Shar is that she is petty and only interferes for harm. But he also warns that to betray Shar would incur great wrath. And Spinch is struggling a little bit with this. Spinch also got to a point where he thinks he's not mortal, because Gideon told him that the gods do not interfere with mortals, and Spinch feels a little interfered with, I think. At some point, Tamila searches the area, and we believe the pillars out front have a ghostly presence. Once they were pillars depicting heroes, but now they depict devils, and we think the pillars might be haunted. There is also a depiction of Ilmater in one of the stained glass windows, giving a sword to a hero. I mentioned to Gideon that Rhea was murdered by a cultist of Gargoth, and Gideon says that he swears he saw her the other day. That's fun. He also, tells us a little bit about his new devotions. He said the Hell Riders will fulfill their original purpose, and that is a little bit weird, because we know their purpose was to push back devils that were on the material plane, but he seems to be referring to something different. He tells us that the devils are the only ones fighting, that Hell is the one fighting, and that Hell is the one protecting the material plane from demons. Let's see. At one point I go check the bedroom outside the chapel. It's covered in dust and unused. There, I think we're to a point where we're pretty sure Gideon doesn't sleep anymore. He might not quite be alive. But there was a desk with holy symbols and some things like that, and a large book, which was a journal that he's keeping that he calls his testament. And in it, there's conversations with a woman in white. A lot of metaphysical and philosophical discussion, but he basically believes that the gods do not protect people, that hell protects people by shielding them from the demons. He calls this the Great Lie, and he believes Zariel is a great warrior and that she made a great sacrifice that he wishes to emulate. And at this point, I think we've pretty well confirmed that Zariel is fighting in the Blood War and fighting with the devils against the demons. Spinch says, "We're going in circles. I want to go down." Gideon called the area beneath the beneath the temple the ossuary, and says to stay close. I did not write down who said this, and I'm so sad, but I wrote down, "How's your ass, by the way? There's a hole in it, an extra hole."
That was a
I think that
question
was
that
Spinch,
Pavel
right?
asked Spinch.
Yeah, because Spinch
Okay.
got gored
Yeah,
by
Pavel
the...
asked Spinch, and then Spinch replied.
Okay, Pavel and then Spinch. That's good. Okay. Okay. There is so we get to the room. There's statue of a kneeling man with a golden helm. And Spinch reaches out to it with both Ilmater and Term urging him to take the helmet and put it on. He does so and falls unconscious. Gideon tells us that many have tried to remove that helm, but none have ever been successful. And we have quite a little bit of time where we are worried about Spinch, and he's having a vision, and we're not sure what to do. Illa at first kind of felt like she was being repelled and not welcome here. Pavel, I think, got shot across the room. But Spinch in his visions, Spinch in his vision sees a great mound of bodies, an angel, blood-stained wings, ivory skin, and light blue hair, and all the devils drop to the ground in a bow. Then a great devil of great beauty, he looks down at the angel and asks, "Where is her sword?" Gideon is summoning more guards while this is going on. It looks like maybe the skeletons were actually his, and he's creating them to kind of help protect from the devils that are coming through this rift. Oh, and Lulu's also unconscious. Lulu touches Spinch and also goes unconscious. In Spinch's vision, he sees himself embodying a Hell Rider, standing to attention with a group of knights, a symbol of twin suns, and leading is an angel and two others, Lord Harmon and Lord Atlantis and Lady Yale. I wrote down the left gauntlet of Torm, which I believe is one of those three. Names in the vision were Lord Knight of the Far Halls, Lord Orthon, I can't, yeah, and Lady Yale of Idulglum, I don't know, and then Zariel, the Solar of Celestia, and then I think the Lord Knight is the Harum. Lots of people. There were lots of people in there. Pavel watches Gideon digging up the new grave and transforms it into a skeleton with the axes and all of that. Oh, good, we're getting art for all the cool people. Let's see. In the vision, they see a battle. A sun high in the sky, the angel, the knights fighting hordes of gnolls. And in the vision, which is like from Spinch's perspective, Spinch falls in combat. And you see a 12-foot demon gnoll holding Lady Yale in its clutch. Yen, I think it's the name of the gnoll demon. Pavel decides to take us back to High Hall. While this is going on, Gideon says we're welcome to come back to see the portal later if we want to. Pavel asks Gideon about Gideon High Rider Ikaia. He says his return should not be possible, and says that the High Rider Ikaia would not be welcome here. So Gideon apparently doesn't like him. But Pavel takes us back to the High Hall. The vision continues. There's a portal. Voices. One asks, "Where's the sword?" "I don't know. I used to know, but I don't know. I don't anymore." And then Spinch hears a message to seek Zariel's blade. It is the key to her heart, and it can sever the chains of Elturel. Only Lulu knows where it is. She must seek the Kinku, and their voices is her memory. Yeah, that's a lot. That's all a lot for sure.
And that was Lulu's voice, I think, that we remember hearing, who said, I don't remember where the sword is." It was Lulu who didn't remember where the sword is in the memory. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which implies she
Gotcha.
once did know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I kind of missed Tamilla's in that. At some point, Tamilla kind of halfway through joined Spinch in the vision. She was worried about
We
him.
joined during the Knoll battle, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but Tamilla was worried about Spinch and how he wasn't waking up and ready to Torm and yeah. Not sure how happy she is about that. Probably conflicted, but we'll see. I love this art.
I have a point of clarification. So at the end, we heard great chanting prayers, and then I wrote here, "and wake up." Who woke up here? Was it everyone? Was it both Spinch and Tamila and Lulu?
Yes, everyone that was under woke up.
Okay, great. Special, just trying to get a grasp of where the heck he is. He's very confused, so he's kind of silent right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see the oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Our favorite knight lady runs up to you and gives you like a big
yes.
hug and tells you she was so worried about you.
It is Hilda.
Yes.
Hello, Hilda. Are we back at High Hall?
Yes. Your friends Pavel and Vin, they brought you here. I'm so happy you're okay. What happened?
What happened, Pavel? I don't remember anything. I had a really cool dream.
Well, Spinch, you put on the helmet, and then you were unconscious, and I couldn't do anything to help wake you up. And Tamila tried, and eventually Tamila joined you, and Lulu joined you, and ultimately I brought you back here. I did the floating disc and floated you back to High Hall, and our friends here were able to help wake you up.
Oh. Wow, thank you, Pavel. I'm sorry. Did you get your books too? Or did I replace the books?
I have the books too. Yeah,
Oh, good.
the Encyclopedia Esoterica is
Oh, that's very good.
is here. Yeah.
Wait. Lulu? Camilla, you were in my dream too?
Yeah, did you see how big I was? Lulu says.
Yes! That was really you in there?
Yeah. I used to get really
Oh, man.
big.
I thought I was just having a
Stomped on
very crazy
devils.
dream. Yeah,
Oh,
you stomped on so many devils. That was so cool.
I want to remember how to do that.
Oh, remember. Lulu, you have to remember. I remember that you have to remember, and we have to find a Kenku.
Kenku. What's that?
No, Spinch would know what a Kenku is. Are there Kenkus in Baldur's Gate and
Yeah, you would
Elturel
have
that he
seen
would
it.
have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It is a
It
bird
said
that talks a lot.
it's a bird that doesn't talk a lot, unfortunately. It
Oh,
said
well,
in their voices are her memory, and the Kinku can't speak.
don't they mimic
They
things?
can repeat, I believe.
Yes, they can
They
mimic,
repeat
but
a lot.
they have no voice of
Perhaps.
their own.
Perhaps Lulu told the Kinku where the sword is, and they can repeat it.
That would be
Lulu, do
cool.
you remember where the sword is? Just asking in case.
No. I know it's really
Okay.
important, though. Zariel must miss it a
Yes.
lot.
I saw Zariel too. Did you see her?
Yeah, wasn't she beautiful and powerful and
She was so cool.
yeah. I
Oh,
can I remember a mountain that looked like a hand, and there was a bird friend.
like a Kenku?
I think so, if it's what you said.
A mountain hand. Do any of us remember a mountain hand? Like
Make
a
a
mountain
history
shaped
or
head?
nature or survival.
Cool. Oh, history, nature, or history.
All of us are just Spinch.
Anyone can. Yeah, Lulu's saying it out loud, so.
Go survival. Dang. By the way, Spence will very excitedly tell Pavel and Vin everything. So, he's very excited and he'll just kind of, as he's asking Lulu about all this stuff, he'll also just be like, whizzing back to Pavel and Vin and like recapping a story and then asking Lulu a question when he thinks about it and like jarring back to the recap. So I think they'll be caught up.
Awesome. Okay, so with those roles, Tamila, you've seen in the material plane, you've seen places that look like fingers poking up out of the ground, and you could say that maybe that looked like a hand, but you're not sure if that's what Lulu's mentioning. Same with Pavel, you would think of maybe Lulu is describing something visually from either the horizon or from above that might look like a hand, but you don't recall any specific place like that.
It's true, Lulu flies, so she might have a different perspective than us.
Well, I don't know, maybe we can ask around if there's any Kinku in the city.
Didn't
Sorry,
Vin
I'm
have
just-
a friend that was a Kenku?
he
Am I
did.
misremembering?
What was that place? It was some kind of crater or something like that.
Hammer of Heaven?
Hammer of
Yeah, it's
Heaven?
like a trading outpost between.
Did I remember it?
and
Oh my
Baldur's
god!
Gate. Yeah, you did. Where
It's like
a
session 2.
a rock fell from the sky and made a crater, and a bunch of merchants and artisans took up shop around it. And yes, he was raised by a family of Kenku.
Maybe Vin counts as a Kinku.
Vin would not remember where the sword is or meeting Lulu before.
Okay. Well, we're here. We're here right now. So let's do the things that we were planning to do when we came back. Maybe talk to some of the people here and rest.
I
We
suppose
have
so.
things for Hilde, right? And
Oh, yes,
possibly other people.
Hilda, here. And Finch will rummage through and give the diary of her daughter back, as well as the silver amulet with the symbol of a rose.
Oh, thank you,
Hilda, here, we found these. Oh, and your daughter is okay, we think.
Oh.
We think we're very sure because we were talking to someone who was at the place when the bad stuff started to happen, and they said that your daughter was magicked away to somewhere. I think the other city that
before it
I
fell?
totally forget. Baldur's Gate.
Yes,
Okay.
we think so.
So she's fine then. At least there's that.
Yes, we think so.
That helm looks very nice on you, Spinch.
Oh, and he kind of forgets and oh, yes, thank you. I don't remember putting it on. And he'll try to take it off.
You're able to take it off now.
Interesting.
Like a normal metal helm.
Nice. Would it give any defense?
It does not, but you do feel a little bit of power coming from it in another way.
I think this is related very much to Torm, and I feel a little bit of his power. Would you like to wear it, Hilda? And he's got like very excited eyes, like happy to share his toys with other friends.
I have a great helm right here, and she holds up her helm. That's silver and gold to match her armor.
Very cool. We should see which helm is better by smashing our heads to see which one holds up.
You're right. We need to test them. All right,
Let's go. Let's go be like bowling pins where we're the ball and we run into something.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay. 21.
You bowling ball into Hilda and knock her on her ass, and she just laughs out loud, and says,
Nice.
"But hey, the helm's held up."
Ooh, very cool. Okay, your turn. And then
Yeah,
he'll just
go
kind of
back and forth,
hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything anyone else wanted to do here?
Pavel is gonna make his way over to Grace.
Hey, Pavel, you got any new spells?
Hey, well, we made it into the tower. I've got a lot of stuff. I was actually none that I can show you right now, but a lot of exciting things. I wanted to talk to you because I want you to help me, and this has a lot to do with new spells. Made it to the tower, got through the tower. It's really, really exciting, the tower. Not as much ink as I was hoping to find, which is kind of putting a little bit of a limit on, the spell
I wonder
learning
if someone
and
already
the new
looted
stuff.
everything.
Maybe, but Grace, I want to give you an assignment. I want to give you a project.
Okay, I'm bored anyways.
I want you to figure out how to produce more really high quality ink for spell work. You know what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Maybe Warbear can give you some advice. Maybe that artificer guy with the wolf and is it a gun running around? I think he might have some ideas. I want to give you that project, and there's another project that I want to give you, but it's hard for me to let go of this one. It's very personal, and there is something that I want to tell you first.
You can trust me.
Well, I know I can trust you. You're a good friend, Grace. But before you work for me, there's something that that you should know, because I think it's going to get around. And I think you should have an opportunity to make a choice about helping. Which is that I no longer use the weave. I no longer use Mistress Weave. I have sought out and accepted an affiliation with Shar, and I use her shadow weave. And that's it. I just want to throw that out there. I wanted you to hear it from me and not from someone else.
Does it work the same? Is it more powerful? Is it weaker?
I think it's not any more or less powerful, but I have come to learn that when it comes to magic, you can't really get away from the gods. They have a hand in all of it. Either, as I can tell, either Mistra or Shar, you need to work with one of them.
Is Shar bad? Why are you telling me it like it's a bad thing?
Some people say that she's bad. Spinch very much thinks that Shar is bad. I'm not so sure. She has helped me. She has not asked for so much in return for her help, and all that she's asked from me is something that I think is good. Is just to investigate High Rider Ikaia and try to discern his true motivations, which is a good thing and something I think I should be doing either way. So I don't know that she's so bad.
Oh. Well, then it's
But
not a problem. I have been working on a spell.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to show me?
Yeah, and she goes over like some like runes and stuff to conjure like a glider that you could use, kind of like a feather fall spell for like an hour.
Neat. Wow, that's cool. Have you like jumped off of anything? Have you used it? Have you tried it yet?
No, I was hoping we'd find a test subject.
Oh.
I have to live to be really old so I can be a powerful arch wizard.
Yes. Do you have anyone in mind for a test subject?
Spinch?
I was just gonna say, you see Spinch haphazardly throwing himself into things.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Before we do that, though, I have my second project that I want to give you, and it pains me to give this up, but I think it is best. I don't think that I can pursue this on. And I'm going to go through my bag, and I'm going to pull out the schematics for the wizard tower.
Oh.
And I'm going to give it to Grace.
You see her eyes light up as she starts looking at this and just like, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this before. It's so interesting.
This is... I told you about the wizard tower. This is... It's capable of many, many things. I don't have time to read and understand it, but I want you to. And then once you do, we can go there together and become the masters of the tower.
Yes. Fuck school. I can just be a wizard tower wizard all right now.
Well, I mean, it's not your tower, but it seems it's a really incredible place. We seriously, we kind of deactivated the defenses, the internal defenses when we left, so things might start to creep in there and get into all sorts of mess. We probably want to stop that from happening. So we need to figure out how it works and get it turned back on and make it so that it won't attack us. I think this is important.
Okay. All right. First, we'll test the thing while you guys are here.
Yes, Spinch.
You see, he is totally just having the ball with just throwing himself around. He's like, yes.
Spinch, we have a something that we need your help with.
Is it a puppy? I don't know. He just goes running towards you.
I
Grace,
want
do
you
you
to
want to-
test a spell, and it's gonna be a glider, and you're gonna hang glide off of the high hall.
So much fun! Hilda, do you want to fly with me?
Yes, let's go.
Excitedly follows them.
You all climb up to the top area where the oh my gosh, the piano thing, the organ is.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a deck that overlooks the all of Elturel. So you could fly towards Elturel, or you could glide just like in a circle around High Hall. Do you want to map out your path first, or you just want to
Ooh.
go?
Interesting. Yeah, no, I do want to map out a path. What would you say? Interesting. Can I just do like a general perception check to see
Mhm.
of anything, like anything of note that Spinch might see?
Yeah, give me perception.
I'm just looking
Nice.
for like I don't know, something that stands out.
Okay, so you think you're up on these cliffs and then up on this tower in High Hall. So you could go all the way over to Ikaia, or to go back to the cemetery or the wizard tower from here. Really, anything you imagine in Elturel, you could get there.
I could reach.
Yeah.
Interesting. I look towards Grace and say, "Does this get me back here?"
Well, it can't go up. It can only go like straight, and over time it goes down.
Oh. Okay.
Unless you catch like a really nice wind draft that picks you up, but the wind's kind of normal here.
Do you think there are wind drafts here in this area?
I don't think so.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I will just try to go.
Perhaps if you fly toward the lava, the heat will pick up the air, and if you just try to fly at the lava, it might pick you up.
Oh my god. Spinch, fly at the lava!
Great
That's
idea.
not a bad idea. Oh my god. I'm not there. I'm sorry.
I will do this. Okay. He will go towards the lava.
All right, so Grace casts this spell that conjures up a hang glider, essentially, that's more like leather and wood instead of, modern days, and gives it to you, kind of like Da Vinci or something like that, and she says this only lasts for 1 hour. And
It lasts for a whole hour.
yeah.
That is so much fun.
Let's go. Hilda says. So she grabs the glider, there's like a little leather strap you put on, and like these handholds that you can use to steer it. And
Nice.
she waits for you to go first, because I'll follow you.
Okay. And he'll just like start running and just go for it. He'll jump.
All right. Give me just a dexterity check.
Dexterity check. Heard. Oop.
You see Spinch goes straight down for a moment and then evens out and then like kind of kilters to the side and then kilters to the other side and then evens out again. And then you do feel like you've figured it out. It's just it looks
Cool.
very precarious for a moment there.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
wibbling wobbling all over
Yeah.
the place.
And you do lose a little bit of height in that wibble wobble. But
Mhm.
you are able to go as you please. So you go over the lava here.
Mhm.
And there is you seem to be not going down as much, but you don't seem to be lifting as much as you had hoped. So
It's
it
just
seems
hot.
yeah, it is very hot. And yeah, you should tell me which way you want to go.
Well, he's probably too warm, and
Mhm.
he's not getting as much lift anymore, so he's like, nah, over it. He'll probably go left, like around in this general direction, because I don't think we kind of went in this area. So he's kind of curious as to what's around here, and
Yeah, you
he'll
can
make
have
a
perception.
perception check. Yeah, just to kind of scope things out.
Mhm. Yeah, you see a lot of burned and trashed noble houses in this area. You occasionally see devils or undead in this area fighting each other.
Fighting each other.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And then you can circle around or
Yeah, can I go over here? Because this is someplace we haven't seen. So if I have some lift, right? I still have
yeah, you're still
air
you're
and
very high up in this
yeah,
moment. Yeah. So
yeah. I want to get to the areas where we haven't kind of taken a look to continue to see if there's anything that pops up.
there is. Give me another perception.
Sure.
Um, you see a lot of movement around a large like marketplace. Seems to be humanoid figures moving around there.
Like normal movements or shuffling movements?
Normal movements like people like walking from building to building, maybe carrying things.
Okay, could you
Not
mark on
much.
the map where that is? I'll just note that for the future.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably just circle around back, kind of going, getting to High Hall as much as I can. But again, just searching for new places, just like a general scope.
Okay. Yeah. Saw a little bit of this area. Let's see if this. You see it. You kind of go wide around here, and you see this is where the docks would normally touch the river in the material plane. Um, there's a lot of inns and travel houses and the docks there,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see much movement in this area. And
Okay.
then you end up you and Hilda end up not far from High Hall, but you can't quite make it all the way back up. You're on the road here up to High
Right.
Hall.
We've gotten too far down. That's
Yep.
fine. We'll just make our way up.
Yep.
And Spinch, he'll like excitedly talk to Hilda about everything that he saw and ask her what she saw. And I think they'll just talk animatedly until they get back to High Hall and report back in and tell Grace, "It was awesome, Grace. Thank you so much."
No one died. It's okay. The wings stayed out, and
It was fantastic.
you could
I
control
felt like
it.
a bird.
That's so cool.
That was incredible, Grace. I am so proud of you. And I like do a little golf clap.
So I made it because you might have to go down below.
You mean down, 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 down.
Yeah. I think you might have to, if you want to free us from this place, you might have to break the chains, or you might have to talk to the devils, and you can't do that from here.
That is possible. Thank you. Thank you for thinking about us and planning ahead and helping.
Well, I think
glad,
you
I'm
are
glad
the
we
only
met,
people
Grace.
that'll save us. You saved me before from the wolves, and you'll save me again from the devils, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Grace. We'll save you from the devils.
Right. All right. Well, I'll give you this spell for free, okay?
Oh. For me?
What should I call them? Help me, Pavel. It should be Grace's something gliders, and it has to start with a G. Like...
Grace's graceful gliders?
That's too much Grace.
Too much Grace. Too much Grace. Okay. Grace's gilded glider.
Ooh, okay. Let me change the spell a little bit so it's gilded. It's now going to require a material component of 1 gold.
You know what's hilarious?
Hmm.
I have 0 gold pieces.
Oh my god. Uh-oh. You have to ask your friends. Phone a friend.
Yep. How many people can ride on the glider at once? And can I make multiple of them?
Good point. Yeah, it'll makes up to 5 gliders.
And this is a scroll?
Yep.
Okay. And what level spell is it?
What's Featherfall? Is that first level?
It is.
We'll make it 2nd level. Because it's an hour.
I assume that the spell consumes the gold piece.
Yes.
Alright. Excellent. Amazing work, Grace. Amazing.
I'll get to work on these plans right away. So cool. Oh, and I learned sending, so I can send you messages.
You know, I don't know sending. What?
Yeah,
Did
Wolf
did
taught me.
Wolfbear help you? Or
Yeah,
did,
Wolfbear
Wolf?
helped.
Oh my gosh. Nice. That is awesome. I wish I knew sending.
He could teach you.
I need more ink. I don't. I need.
I'll work on that
Have
too.
enough ink. Okay.
What do you want me to do first?
Oh gosh. The schematics should only take about like 6 hours, so that's like a day of work. You can just knock that out of the park, probably before we're back again.
Okay, schematics first.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She gives you a big thumbs up. What's Tamila up to?
And it is just to check, is it a conjuration spell? Because that affects my... Okay, cool.
Tamila went and hung out with Lore. he won't have her things ready or anything like that. She just wants to hang out with him.
Yeah, he definitely hangs out. Asks you about your journey and your adventure, and he tells you he's been on the lookout for some materials. And let's roll a luck check. What were you're looking for? Some sort of tools, right?
Tinker's tools, yeah.
Tinker's tools.
Or was it Tinker's? Yeah, it was Tinker's tools.
Yeah, roll a
what am I
D20.
rolling?
Yep.
Straight D20. And it's been a very middling day.
Yeah.
Laura.
Yeah, Laura said, he went out, looked at a few of the shops around here, but he thinks he's gonna have to go out further to find them.
It's okay. Does he have anything that he's working on that'll show me?
Yeah, absolutely. He shows you, I believe you had him working on something in particular. It was the necklaces.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
the necklaces, yeah.
The necklaces. He shows you how, kind of like walks you through their thought process on how they're gonna like reverse the magic on him. And says, if you just rest here, we could probably be done by the time you wake up.
The plan. Is there any implied meaning behind that?
No,
just
he's just being nice. You could tell. Make an insight check.
Okay, insight. I'm good. I'm insightful. He's insightful.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
can tell
24.
he definitely thinks you're hot and would be interested in dating you, but this isn't. You don't seem to be giving like the vibes back, and he doesn't think it's like a romantic place that you're in right now. So he's not trying to make any moves on you or anything, but you can tell that he finds you attractive because he like a lingering eye here and there, and like a smile.
Oh, what would Tamila do? Yeah, she might make a move.
Oh yeah,
I'm not sure I want to roleplay through it.
Right,
But
no, you don't have
Tamila
to.
is
Yeah.
Tamila would definitely have a enjoyable encounter with Laura. If
Nice.
that's
Yeah. Yeah, he'll try to find clean up like a nice place for you two to just like hang out quietly. And you guys notice Tamila's missing for an hour or so.
I'm sorry. I have something that I want to do with Lore as well, so I can just intrude at the worst possible moment.
You see they're like right about to kiss. Leaning in close. And then Pavel, make your entrance.
Yeah, so there's I assume you're like somewhere in like the labyrinth down here hiding away. And Pavel is just looking around like, asking everyone, have you seen Laura? Have you seen Laura? I have a question for him. And like you're about to go in for this wonderful passionate moment, and Pavel's voice just carries around a corner, echoing around, Laura, 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 I need your help, please. Where? Aha, there. Oh,
You see him Laura turns his head really quick, like he was like about to do work on something.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, I can come back later.
No, go ahead.
Okay. How are you, Tamila? You okay? Lore.
Pavel. Please.
Lore, I need some help with some scrying capability. I sort of need to have a remote observation of a minion that I somehow create or use or come up with, and I need to be able to see where it's going, what it's doing, and possibly communicate with it. Do you have something that could help with that?
I could maybe scrounge up a component for a spell if that's what you need, but I don't have anything on hand that could help.
Fair enough. I don't have any spell that I can use, so I don't. Okay. You two have fun. Bye.
Bye.
You see he like closes the door and like Silver stands outside now.
Right, I head back.
Mhm. And then Finch, anything else? You just hanging out with Hilda?
Yeah, just chilling, and then probably actually he'll kind of hit a sugar crash almost,
Yeah.
and he'll probably just kind of start sleeping.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Kind of late. I mean, we went to the cemetery early, right? And then
Mhm.
we got back. So is it like midday to late?
Yeah, it's probably the afternoon now. With your experiment, the flying and the walking back, that Spinch did and everything. Yeah, it's probably the afternoon.
Spinch still is tired. He takes a nap.
Yeah, that's fine. If you have a
Yeah.
short rest, you can all three of you can take the advantage of a short rest if you want. But yeah, you have the options.
I have many things to do. I am going to work on scribing a spell. I'm going to do protection from fiends, which is first level. I think that'll just take the hour.
Yep.
I'm gonna double check. Oh, 2 hours and costs 50 gold. Okay, so I'll get started.
Cool.
Mill's probably gonna keep hanging out with Laura till someone like comes to get her. Like, hey, we want to like go back out into the city.
Yeah.
So if we stay here for a full afternoon and long rest, she's gonna stay and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to know each other, like your backstories a little bit better. He tells you how he is a pretty successful merchant. And just by his travels and his adventures, he finds items that are worth a good amount of money, and that's why he's been so useful here. And you know how he met Silver in the woods, and they bonded from when Silver was a puppy. And Silver's probably is a little mature now. You know, like middle-aged wolf at this point. And he thinks, you know, he Lore kind of fears the day when Silver dies. And it's not sure if he would find a new companion then or not. But...
So I just want to write some of that down. Laura's a merchant and good at finding.
He's essentially an artificer class person. He's good at like tinkering and building, and he made his own gun and all of his weaponry.
I think at some point Tamila is going to maybe trauma dump on him a little bit and see if it scares him away.
Okay.
No, I don't know. She's feeling conflicted because normally when she'd like someone, which she likes him, she would very much stay away from them because she's scared that if anyone likes her back, they'll curse themselves and die horrifically.
Yeah.
And she's just got to a point where I think today, where it was a long enough day, that she was letting herself indulge in it, and then she kind of had some immediate regrets and just kind of jumped on him of like I'm cursed and my entire family's cursed and I'm trying so hard to break the curse and it's not going very well so far. And I'm really scared that I'm going to curse you and you're going to be cursed and you're not allowed to love me because as then you're going to curse and that's just very sad. And like, yeah, she's probably going to go through that with him.
Yeah. He'll say, I don't even know how long, I have to live. We're in hell. I want to enjoy it. And my time with you has been the best time I've had in my entire life. So let's see how it pans out.
It's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the point when Pavel broke in.
Yeah. Yeah. And as soon as Pavel leaves, he goes right back to it,
Oh, he's so sweet. Yeah, she'll definitely hang out until someone comes and gets her.
Nice. All right, Pavel, you're able to scribe your spell. You doing any more scribies?
Well, I have enough gold to get a 3rd level. With sending available from Wilbur, potentially I could do that. Or I could do some of the other options. And I don't know which is the right one to do. I suppose I have Sally, so I don't need it's not raise dead, it's animate dead. I don't need animate dead. And then the other one is Tiny Hut, which we probably want at some point, but we seem to be doing okay in the city without it. So I feel like sending is the best pick, right?
I think it's pretty useful.
Yeah, I'm gonna for now. I'm just gonna go for sending. I'm gonna go find Wilbert. I'm gonna mark off 50 gold of ink and add this to my spellbook. And then I'm gonna go find Wilbert and I'm gonna say, hey, do you have a second to help me out with something?
Yeah, he'll say he could take a break from the necklaces. He could use it.
Nice. Grace told me that you helped her with sending. I've got the materials now. I would really I think that'd be really helpful for me to pick up myself.
Yes, absolutely. We'd love to hear of your progress while you're out there. So yeah, he goes through his spell book and takes it to the page that's sending and says, "And you're gonna give this right back, right?"
Of course. Thank you. Just going to trust me with this? That's so kind of you. Yes, absolutely. And I will take it and I will go get to work. And
you see him make a little movement like he's casting a spell, and the spell book comes out of your hands and into his hand.
Oh, sorry. No, of course I will stay here and do this. Obviously, that is the right thing.
And he hands the book back to you. Gets like a little wink and goes back to casting on the necklaces.
Okay, so this will take 6 hours because it's 3rd level.
All right. So, Bench, you wake up from your nap. You see Pavel's fervently studying this spell book.
I think I'd like to enlist Hilda's help and anyone else who is willing to go back to the wizard tower and bring all of the food that appeared that we did not take.
Yeah, she commands like a squad of knights. So yeah, she'd be happy to escort you to the wizard tower. We'll just roll for a random encounter, if that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd like to give them some more food because I know, they're running a little low.
You're good. You pass through the area you arrive at the tower. And they have like a cart that they're using um, to pull the supplies. You load it up. So it takes you a few hours to do all of this, but you do bring it back, and everyone is super excited to see all of this food until they realize it's like purple lettuce and like weird mushy things and unsure
Things
what
with
it is.
horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I eat it just as a show that, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I look to Hilda to start the...
Yeah. Hilda is courageous. She takes a big bite and is very enthusiastic of how delicious it is. And everyone else seems to start partaking in it and thanking you. You see a few children come up to hug you, and they like hug your thigh because they're so tall.
Aww.
Yeah.
I will gently tap them on the head because I don't want to crush them.
Yeah. You're the nicest workman I ever met.
Thank you so much. You are all so nice as well.
Are all workmen like you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you're the
I
best.
don't think many... Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for the food.
Here! And he'll just like grab something extra, I don't know, and just like
Yeah.
shove some more in.
Yay! And you see them like cheering and dancing and bringing the food back.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, everyone's very ecstatic. You see Silver comes up to you with like a pouch. Like,
Hello, Silver. Good boy.
and he like puts the pouch down at your feet.
Oh, like an empty pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I will fill it up with lots of food.
You see his tail wag, and he like brushes against you as thanks, and then
Good boy.
the
He'll just
pouch.
like get scritches.
Oh yeah, he loves the scritches. You see him like his back leg do the thumping thing. You get the right spot, and
Have you seen Tamila?
he shakes his head no.
He's Spinch is now getting a little worried that he hasn't seen Tamila around, and he'll start asking around.
Silver will sneak away, and Tamila, you see Silver pop in with food.
Nice. There's food.
More.
Should we go join the others? Get some food?
If we must. We do
Or
need to
have a
eat.
romantic picnic.
Did Silver bring us enough for a picnic?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can stay here. Sure.
All right.
That's fine.
You see, he closes the door, and you, Lore, Shadow, and Silver all enjoy a meal. Spinch, a few people direct you to a hallway, and at the end of the hallway is like a few rooms. And they say, I think you went down that way.
I will start looking.
You hear Spinch like knocking on doors nearby.
And yelling your name.
Spinch just not interrupting anything. Pavel had a moment, but
Yeah.
Spinch is fine.
You see, Lore
So you
opens the
Spinch.
door. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Spinch.
Hello. He'll like lock eyes with Silver, who definitely knew where Tamila was, and say, "You liar!"
You see
with
him
like
just,
a little smirk.
him pant and his tongue all out, and he's just like, yeah.
Got me. I'll say, "Oh, good. I did not know where you were. I have not seen you in a long time, and I was getting worried. It looks like Silver gave you some food. I'm glad."
I'm sorry to make you worry, Spinch. I'm right here.
That's good.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. It seems like you were having a very nice picnic.
It's getting late. What would you think of staying here for the night? And going back out in the morning?
I am very tired. I took a nap and I am still tired.
Great.
Okay.
Well, thank you for checking. I'm good. I'll see you in the morning.
Bye-bye, doggy. And I'll give them both scritches.
They both enjoy the scritches and
Head out to the main place. And tell Pavel that Tamila is okay.
Yes, I know. I saw her earlier today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do Shadow
Is she
and
still
Silver
with?
can-
Is she still with Lore?
Yes, and Silver and Shadow. They are
Do you
having a
think-
very nice picnic together.
Picnic.
Yes.
Do you think there's something going on there?
What do you mean?
I mean, it was kind of awkward when I showed up. That they were like, it was almost like I was walking in on something. Like, you know how people are like having a conversation and then you show up and then they stop talking because they don't want you to be a part of that conversation.
Do you think they were talking about you?
I don't. Well, maybe they were talking about me. Or they were just talking about something else and didn't want me to be involved.
Shieldina says, "Ooh, I think there's this falling in love."
Falling in love? That's so wonderful. That I hear that is very rare.
It is very rare. Are you gonna fall in love with Hilda?
Oh no, she is just a very cool friend.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I know how to love.
Shieldina says, "Oh, if I had arms, I would give you a hug."
Oh, that's very nice. Here, I will hug you instead. And, well, you will just hug the shield.
Pavel, you watch Spinch hugging a shield.
Pavel gets back to work.
Wait, Pavel! Do you think that Tamila is in danger with Lore?
No.
When you said something is happening?
Lore, no, I don't. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't get that sense.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Because you said something was happening, and Shieldina said her guess was love, and I wanted to know what your guess was, but I'm glad it's just not danger.
I didn't know. Could be. Maybe she's in. You could ask her. You could ask Tamila if she's in love with Lore,
And if she's in danger?
and if she's in danger. Yes.
Yes. I wonder, what did I ask? I said that I could not find her and that I was worried, and she said she was okay. I will like to do a history insight check to see if Camilla seemed like she was if she was being held against her will.
Yeah, roll history and insight.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious.
You absolutely
I can't
forgot
remember.
what just happened.
Yeah.
You got distracted by
no.
Shieldina and
I don't remember what the scenario was like. I can't remember seeing her if she was okay. And he'll like go run towards Tamila to make sure she's okay.
Hold on. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do my own insight to see if I can help here.
yes.
And I probably can't. I let him go. I let him go.
Yeah.
You guys are like having a really nice picnic that has continued, and Spinch, you just hear like loud footsteps coming down the hallway, and then just like him burst through the door.
I think to be funny. I think to be funny, the door's locked.
Oh no!
When you get back.
Oh my god! So you just hear like a slam as he tries to go into the right. He's like pounding. Tamila! So trying to break down the door.
Wait, Spinch, what?
Open the door! Open the door!
No!
Oh no!
Laura's like,
So
is it important?
Yes, it is very important.
Are we under
Tamila, I
attack?
have to make sure that you are okay.
Hey, hang on! Give me like a few minutes!
You hear us like shuffling.
He's like, you know how someone has to like, they're antsy because they're like waiting for something. Finch is like antsy. His feet are like tapping, almost like he has to pee. He's just like in front of the door. Tamila!
90 seconds later, like two very disheveled gnomes open the door.
Are you okay? And he's like staring at you in the face to make sure he sees.
It's just what's the emergency? What's happening?
I'd like to
Holding her
insight
bone.
check. Is she actually okay?
Mhm.
Looks very disheveled.
She looks a little glowing. She looks good.
Oh, she
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. You can see a big sigh of relief on Bench's face. I just did not remember when I last saw you, and I didn't know if you were okay. So I just wanted to check. I'm sorry, I did not mean to panic you.
See, Laura just starts laughing. You have a good friend, Tamila.
Okay, Spitch, just look at me.
Yes.
We're gonna make this clear. I'm good for the next 8 hours.
Okay. I will remember this.
Definitely good.
I will remember this. Okay. Have a good
Thank
night.
you okay, thank you for checking.
That's it.
The
He'll go
door
back. He's
closes
satisfied.
and you hear a click from the lock as you leave.
I'll report to Pavel that Tamila is perfectly fine, and she actually looks a little bit disheveled, but she's glowing. And not to disturb her for the next 8 hours. She's totally fine.
I'm gonna roll another insight check.
And then he will add in one little tidbit. He'll say, "This is very similar to what my mama did. She would always tell me not to bother her for about the same amount of time around the same nighttime. And she also looked a bit disheveled and had a glow on her face."
You can see like Pavel, like he like leans forward. He puts his elbows on the table that he's at, and he just starts putting 2 fingers against his forehead on either side and just rubbing his temples.
You think Spinch has never had the birds and the bees conversation.
Finch, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment, okay?
Oh, yes.
Do you know how you speak? You say things. Words come out. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
people that are near you are able to hear you.
Yes.
Yes? I want you to imagine there is a line that is drawn between you and someone very, 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 very far away. Draws between
There is a
you,
line
and it
between me.
connects.
Someone that
It's like an
okay.
arrow that shoots, and it pierces through any objects, any walls, any barriers between you and this person, and it's an arrow of words that can be heard and understood by this person that's very, 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 very far away. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Does
Spinch?
it hurt when the arrow reaches them? The words, do they hurt? Are they sharp words?
They could, I guess. Emotional damage.
Spinch, this is something that I'm trying to learn how to do. And
Oh, Tamila's very good with arrows. You should talk to her. Oh, but do not disturb her right now.
I don't need to be thinking right now about your mother, Tamila, or anyone else who is disheveled.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that Tamila is okay. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Vin! And then you'll like go report to Vin.
I imagine Vin's working on some woodworking project and just
Yeah,
chilling.
I think so.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he'll listen
He just wants to
you.
know, he wants to let everyone know that Tamila is okay because we have not seen her. So he's a worried comrade.
Yeah. Finn is just like, okay. And goes back to his work. We'll let him roleplay if he wants to add on to explaining why, maybe. But, yeah. You all can get
Yeah.
the benefits of a long rest. Pavel, are you sleeping through the night? Are you going to work through the night, or are you going to work and then sleep?
So I need 6 hours after my 2 hours, so I need 8 hours to keep going through this. How?
It was the
Like,
afternoon, so you would just lose like a few hours. You would just need an extra like 3 to 4 hours to.
I'll probably like work as late as I can, like work 2 hours into the long rest, sleep, and then maybe in the morning I can finish it.
And so
That
you
would be nice.
everyone else wakes up. When you wake up too, Pavel. But Pavel still has a couple more hours of work to do. You're all welcome to do a breakfast or pull Pavel away or whatever you want to do. But make sure you mark off long rest.
I'll definitely cook for everyone with the bountiful food and just, I don't know, like make different things out of them. Just experiment. He loves to experiment with different stuff. So he'll try to find some great, pairings and stuff.
Do you have like a cooking utensils? I think you do.
I do, yeah.
Let's do cooking utensils with either dexterity for skill or wisdom for knowing what to put together.
Definitely dexterity.
Okay. There you go. While it looks very strange, it all tastes and the texture is all amazing for your morning breakfast.
Fantastic.
And then 1 hour left, and then Pavel completes his spell scribing.
We should talk about our plan for the day.
I might have made a minor mistake here.
Uh-oh.
I can't prepare sending unless I finish it before my long rest. Or during my long rest.
I see.
I don't know if I
we
need
could just
it
say you
immediately.
finished scribing and then slept in.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
You put a little sign on you that says "Do not disturb." And Spinch, as you go to give him breakfast, you see the sign and decide to leave him alone until he wakes up. And he wakes up hungry. You get some cold breakfast. It still tastes very good though. And you can prepare sending.
We should decide where we're going today. Are we going back to the cemetery to see this portal and fight demons?
I need to make my way to Shiara's market. We need to investigate High Rider Ikaia.
Okay. Someone mentioned something about Spinch flying over the city yesterday. I'm so sorry I missed it, but are we thinking about flying over there?
There's so many cool things, and he'll update them on what he saw on his journey.
That is possible for us to do. I will need a gold piece, and I will need 2 more hours to. Grace invented the spell. The spell is Grace's Gilded Glider, and it can produce 5 gliders, and we can just fly over the city. But I didn't scribe it yet. I can use my last 50 gold of ink worth of ink to describe this in 2 hours.
I have money here, and he'll just like dump some gold in his hand.
Also, I can't prepare it today. Is this a ritual? Maybe.
We'll say it's a ritual. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, if I can take 2 more hours, I can make this happen.
Is it cat friendly?
Yeah, it could be adapted to hold Shadow. It's just Shadow might have hard time with the controls.
Can I maybe we can strap Shadow and I together and I can control it, but Shadow can be strapped to the glider or something.
That'll work.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to make a plan for how we're gonna get back? what the invisible bridge maybe, or something else?
We can just cross the visible bridge, can't we?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't go great last time. It went okay. We can cross Torm's blade.
I mean, we can beat a couple of devils, can't we? It's not a deal.
Sure. Yeah. I think we know about the. Did we discover like there's like a thing on the bridge where you can like activate it and it kills all the devils?
Yeah, there's like a religious emblem on there that it's Torm. Torm's is blessed the bridge, but someone religious has to activate it. Yeah.
Spinch could do that now.
Oh, Spinch, after your rest with the helm, you feel like you've learned a little bit more about it. And you can now use the helm to commune once per day.
Ah, very nice.
Is commune a spell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially, you ask your god 3 questions, and they answer with like yes or no.
A little bit more, a better hit ratio than me just rolling religion checks.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to leave the Encyclopedia Esoterica here, the chest full of it, and let Grace and Wilbert know that it's there at their disposal.
Awesome. Wilbert will say he has the 2 necklaces ready.
Nice. Oh, that's right. I kind of half almost. I
Yep.
forgot. Another thing's on my mind.
Yep.
Okay,
you have
so
2
now we
necklaces
have.
that make you undead, make living appear undead.
Living. You're dead. All right. Who wants a necklace? I put one on to test it.
You get to imagine what how you want to look, and you can tell us how you look.
Like very zombified, like very like the best Halloween costume, like just very scary. I'm just gonna put my arms out and go.
It is very scary as you do this. You see like bits of rotting flesh, like peeling off of her skin.
Can I? I'm just gonna do a detect magic really quickly. Well, in 5 minutes, I'm not gonna spend a spell slot, but I want to take a look because maybe this can fool the anti-life zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just an illusion. It's just an illusion. Of course, it's just. I'll check if it's an illusion.
Where was there an anti-life zone? I forgot.
In Ikaia.
That's the thing with Ikaia is that his area in the maze is protected by that.
If I think really hard, I'm gonna take the amulet off and put it back on. I think really hard, but this time I think vampire.
Yeah, you look like
work?
a little bit more gaunt and pale, but you have these nice big fangs, and reddish eyes.
Ooh, this could be fun. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna think like skeleton.
Yep, you just see a gnome skeleton.
I'm gonna see. Can I think minotaur skeleton?
You see a gnome skeleton with horns.
What other things are undead? Can I think about some of the devils and demons that we find. It doesn't work for any of those, right?
Right, it doesn't work.
Still cool.
We can make yourself look like a specter. That you
Ooh,
are still
yeah, specter
physical.
ghost.
Yeah. You don't get the benefit of going through walls though. But you look like it.
Does
All right.
Pavel finish his spell? Yeah.
Yeah, your detect magic goes off, and yes, it does appear to be an illusion.
Well, I mean, it's fun.
All right, let's take.
Right, so who wants one? I'm not holding
Oh,
both
yeah.
of these. Who else wants
Beside
one?
this.
I'm gonna chuck it at one of you two if neither one of you speaks up.
I feel like it should be Pavel or Vin. I don't think Spinch would do well with looking different.
It should probably be Vin.
Pavel.
Okay, I'll take it for now.
Yeah, take it for right now.
I have access to disguise self, so I can make myself look like an undead. But I need more ink. I'm already out. It's all gone.
We really should find you some more ink.
DM, was there anything that I conjured that was inky? Kind of like how squids and octopus have ink. Is there anything that can be sourced like that? Because they're magical?
Yeah, give me a luck check, D20.
Cool. Alright. Ah. No. Oh, I need the 1. Okay. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
1. There you go. What the heck? What's the command? I thought it was /R.
Could be.
Right?
Maybe a space.
What am I doing?
There's a space, and I think that's you did /R. There
we go.
There I go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you find 9 gold versus of magical ink.
Ooh. Nice.
Aberrant jellyfish. You've conjured.
I milk it and I give it to Pavel.
All right. I'm gonna just mark down that I'm down to 9, assuming that the gilded glider thing worked.
Yes.
And I can add that. Okay.
It's probably about
second
noon
one.
time because of the sleeping
Ritual.
in and the extra 2 hours here. But... Go ahead, Tina.
Pavel, did you say that you need gold?
I need. Is it 1 gold piece to cast it,
Oh, yeah.
or like 1 gold per?
Just 1
per
total.
glider.
Yeah.
Okay. How long does it take to cast?
Normal ritual 10 minutes.
Okay.
But you have
Okay.
your special.
So okay, so it's a action, and then as a ritual, it would take 10 minutes.
Yep.
I'm just gonna do VSM 1 gold piece. Is it concentration? It's not. Is it?
No.
Okay.
But you have to hold on to the glider is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bench will definitely give you gold.
Okay, I will take 1 gold from Spinch and 1 gold from Tamila, I think, is what happened.
No, you need extra gold so you can cast this later. I am giving you 5 gold.
Okay. Thank you.
I've marked it off.
You
I
get
don't know
5
how-
from Spinch too.
I don't know how I have 0 gold. I don't know how that came to be. Okay, so
I think you
In
spent a
gold.
lot of money
I
in
have
Baldur's
10
Gate.
gold.
Yeah.
I probably did, and I spent money. I think I spent all of my money at Candlekeep.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Did.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely did. Okay. Okay.
Awesome. All right, so let's take 13 minutes. Come back at the half hour. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
That's good.
Great.
Okay, so you're at the High Hall. You're well rested. You've got your spells, and you want to make it to Shiara's market.
Okay. I suppose we climb up to the to where we launched Spinch before.
Climb up to the top of the High Hall next to the organ, at the deck overlooking. And yeah, you can spy Shiara's market since it's such a clearing in the city.
All right. I sort of sit down, open my spell book, and begin casting. I take the gold piece and I use it to begin like drawing the shapes of. Do we need 4 or 5 gliders for Shadow? Just 4?
Just for
Me and Shadow are gonna be together.
So just 4 gliders, and as I like draw with the gold coin, it begins to like. I assume it's consumed. It begins to. It's like chalk, where it just wears down, and the by the end of it, there's nothing left of the gold piece. It just gold dust in the shape of the 4 gliders. And then I stop incanting, and from those sort of 4 drawings pop up 4 gilded gliders. All right, that should do it.
Hey, everyone, make a dex check for me. Spinch, you make yours with advantage, so you're pro now.
Ooh, heck yeah, he is.
You said straight dexterity?
Yep.
Oh. glad I had that advantage.
Just regular dex. So 16, still the same. Yeah.
So
It's a save.
Oh, sorry. I pressed the wrong thing. Yeah. It is. I don't have proficiency.
Oh, okay.
But when Pavel goes to take his glider, he's sort of, he doesn't have any concerns. He's ready to go. He doesn't think anything is wrong. He saw Spinch do this. He did his casting. He grabs the part that he holds on to, and he runs and leaps from the building. And as he is floating in the air, all of a sudden he freezes up and his grip tightens. So knuckles go white, his eyes go wide, and his vision goes to nothing. And he just careens with that 6. Just starts to careen.
Oh, Pavel.
You all see
Pavel doesn't like
Pavel
heights, I
isn't following
forgot.
the flight path.
Can we catch him? Can we try to
Yes.
catch him?
Give me a acrobatics or athletics.
Not very good.
Oh
no!
So you see
Pavel, you're gonna die!
you see Pavel starts nose diving after a while down, and he lands right on the edge here of the area. You
May
see.
I
Yeah, go ahead.
may I indulge myself?
Yeah.
As Pavel's vision goes to darkness, in his mind there is a sudden urgency. He's running, he's chasing something, and he comes out of the darkness, and he is in a bedroom. There's a bed here, there's a desk here, there's an open windowsill, and he's chasing after this windowsill and rushing up to it, dashing up to it. It's open. He leaps through it out and begins tumbling and falling down through the air. He looks down and he sees the cobblestone ground below, but it stretches away. The farther he falls, the farther it gets away. And he turns and he looks up at the building that he's just leapt out of, and the stonework of the bricks change and morph into a mirror that he does not recognize but knows is a tower. And he looks down again, and he no longer sees the street below. He sees a void of gray and white that he does not recognize, but he knows to be the sky. And looking back at the tower, he can see that he's falling upwards. He's falling upwards, quickly accelerating with each passing moment. And suddenly, he is at the top of the tower, and he stops, suspended upside down in midair, where he sees at last something that he recognizes. Eudora, standing atop the tower with 2 short swords made from her own horns, with no emotion or expression for Pavel. And she steps forward and she takes the 2 swords and crosses them against his neck and cuts off his head.
Wow. Scary. Go ahead and give yourself an inspiration if you don't already have it.
Hey, thank you.
You see Pavel's body rolls, hits the edge. Go ahead and take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground hard and tumble to the ground. Tamila and Spinch, you can land here or you can continue to Shiara's.
We land at
Definitely
Pavel.
land.
Okay,
Yeah.
you land with Pavel. softly without taking damage, and see him knocked out.
I'm gonna try to heal him. Cast Cure Wounds. Try to wake him back up.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the heal.
6.
Pavel, you feel your dream has ended, and you feel the pain of hitting the ground, but you also feel the kind of the gentleness of Tamilla's touch, and feel mostly
Yeah.
okay.
Pavel like gasps as his eyes open. What?
And but a second later, after Tamilla's very soft grasp, you feel a hard thump on your chest from Spinch, who puts in a point of lay on hands on you.
Tactful.
Nice hard resuscitation. Pavel!
What?
Are you okay? What happened?
I don't know. What happened? Where are we? Did we?
You started flying bad, and then you landed here.
That's. I don't know.
Maybe next time you should watch me more closely in how I steer. I've gotten pretty good, you know.
Maybe we shouldn't fly by ourselves going forward. This feels like a pairs activity.
Okay, so Vin and Pavel will fly together because I think I fill up this space.
Yeah, Vin's happy to help Pavel next time.
Yes, and you have a kitty, Tamila. And I'm pretty good at flying, so I think I can do this.
I just did quick mental math, and like Tamilla plus Shadow's probably still half a Spinch. But sure.
Pavel, are you okay enough to continue forward, or do we need to rest a little bit?
I think I'm okay. I feel fine. Especially, thank you for your healing. I feel fine.
Okay. We'll go forward.
Okay. Are you stealthing? Are you walking up? How do you proceed?
I'll follow the group's lead.
We can, if the streets seem unsafe and we're like not on the inside of like say like a barricade, right?
Stealth. We ought to
We
stealth.
should stealth, yeah. I feel like there was there like a barricade where like there was like a safe part inside the market, but the rest of it was all kind of unsafe, right?
I think so. If we're not
Yeah.
inside the market, we're probably in bad shape.
Okay.
Give me your stealthies.
Stealthies.
Oh.
I definitely had inspiration that we could have used to help you, Pavel, and I didn't.
Pavel, are you rolling at disadvantage still?
I shouldn't have rolled. I don't think that should have been a disadvantage. I just forgot to toggle it off.
Okay, there you go. Okay, interesting. Let me see if I have. I do. You come across a battle happening. You see 3 mounted knights fighting spine devils, like a pack of spine devils that also appear to be wearing plate armor. And they seem the mounted knights seem to be overwhelmed.
Are the mounted knights human or undead?
They appear to be human.
They help.
Yes.
Oh, definite help.
It
Charging.
will help, right?
All right.
We ought to help. Yes.
Let's put up the turn tracker. Roll initiative, please.
Is someone doing
Do what?
Vin?
Lulu and
Oh.
Lulu and Vin.
Yeah. I think either Pavel or Timila can do Vin. I think you should still have
Give me
access.
preference, Timothy. You want to get or me get?
I got him last week. Do you want to do him this week?
I feel like that means you're just familiar with all of his abilities
Oh.
now, and definitely like the
Alrighty.
best one for it.
Alrighty. I need to find the Vin sheet. There we go. And I need to hold on.
Let's put him at full
there we go.
health too.
Oh, good point. Let me hit the long rest button for him.
Yeah.
Did that press? There we go. Okay.
Okay, and
Did
you're up
Lulu
first.
just fly on her own accord? Lulu can fly,
Yeah,
right?
Lulu just flew beside you all.
Cool.
She was having fun.
Okay, so Vin. Vin says, guys, we're helping, right? Okay, we're gonna help. I'm looking at Pavel's sheet. Where's Vin sheet? Here we go. He's fast. He's got 40 feet.
By the way, that
Are
was so
these-
accurate.
Yeah.
Are these
Great impression.
spines up on the
Yes, they're on
roofs?
the roofs. Yep.
Okay.
Remember the three. There's 3 on the ground, 3 on the roofs.
Okay, so if he wants to run, he can't quite reach. Ooh, oh, Vin, what are you going to do? Vin will. I think he can. Oh, you know what Vin can do? Since he has to step of the wind, he's going to do some crazy ass monk shit. Can Vin? Oh god, he actually has a probably not the best. Oh, sorry guys, this is the beginning, and I'm deciding what to do.
No
I want to
worries.
let him step of the wind and try to
Mhm.
jump onto the roof,
Okay.
but I need to figure out if he can.
I know he has slow fall. I don't know if he has like a.
Well, it's this like I think it triples his jump distance or
Oh,
something.
nice.
You're doubled, so it would be 3 plus -1, 2. So he can jump. He can jump 4 feet into the. His high jump is 4 feet, so no, he cannot jump onto the roof. Okay, so he's not gonna. He is going to step of the wind, dash as a bonus action, and just like run up here and start wailing on this guy.
Okay.
To do. He get advantage for flanking?
Yes.
Okay, so let me mark off a key point and press the advantage button and smack. This is the right one. Bam, and his extra attack. Bam.
Nice. Alright. Yes, both hit definitely. 16. Nice. Okay, and then he gets an offhand.
That takes
Oh,
his
he
bonus
stepped down.
action, which
Yeah.
he used to step of the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then Tamila.
Milla's gonna shoot an arrow at him. Let's see. She's going to aim at this middle one right here. Actually, no, she's gonna aim at this far one. Okay. Far one over here. So she'll move up a little bit first. She'll move to she'll kind of move up just a little bit. On shadow. Right here, and then she's firing an arrow at that one. So I'm gonna get sneak attack, just a regular arrow, and longbow.
Nice.
Nice.
Can you re-show which one you're hitting?
This one, the
Okay, thanks. Got it.
left hand, screen left.
Nice.
And that is her turn.
Okay. All right, and then they go. You see the ones on the roofs all turn to fire their spines at the party. This one is going to put 2 towards Vin, but rolls a 9 and an 8, so they don't hit spin. This one will attack Tamila. Rolls a 16 and a 7. Does a 16 hit?
Does hit, yes.
Okay, so it does 4 piercing and 3 fire damage. And then this one is also gonna attack Tamila. Rolls a 22 and a 7, so for the 22, that's 5 piercing and 6 fire.
Okay. There's 11.
You see the one that was hit by Vin is gonna melee Vin. Rolls a 9 and 11, which I believe misses Vin.
Correct.
Okay, and then these two are going to attack the knights. Okay, Spinch.
Finch will use his full movement to get here. And then use his action to dash here, but he cannot do anything. So he will just stay there. That's the end of his turn.
Okay. And the knights, 2 of them get advantage. That's awesome. Even with advantage, this guy misses. This guy, you see him with his great sword attack one of the spine devils. And then this one, he misses as well. Pavel.
Okay, Pavel is going to use a. Well, I guess he's going to move forward first. So he can go 30 feet to here, be kind of close to Tamila, and let me see. So this guy is 20 feet. This guy is 30. Okay. And then these guys are all farther. Okay, so Pavel is going to use a bonus action to cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level, and then he is going to throw the Shadow Blade at this one.
Nice. That's a attack roll.
Yes.
Oh no. Great damage, but unfortunately it
Yep.
misses. And you notice it like clinks off of the plate armor that he's wearing. You notice these guys are a little bit more difficult to hit than previously. Are you bonus?
Bonus action was to cast
Oh.
Shadow Blade. I'm gonna
Action.
send Piggy to go hide.
Okay. Don't want this one to die right away. Or fade out. Alright. Lulu. She's gonna fly up here. And cast her little trumpet down. Well, I don't know if the roof would block it. Yeah, I'll say the roof will block it so she can't get both of them. But she'll get this one up here. And dex save. Oh wait, no, it's a con save. Alright. She actually rolled really well. She blasts this one away. As it squeals and the radiant sparkles melt it and just the plate armor remains. Vin. Slash Pavel.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Vin casts staff. Casts bonk.
Fast punch and kick him. Yes.
Does
Yeah,
that
that
work?
hits.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That kills this one.
Okay. Then Vin is on a mission to get more flanking.
Yeah.
And he will wiki staff this one, and then he will use another key point. Oh, he gets 10 hit points, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets 8 of them.
That staff actually kills this one because Tamela
oh.
weakened it.
Neat.
Yes.
He can go 5 more feet. I don't think he can do anything else. I guess he could stuff with the wind again. Can he? Oh, he has darts. That's right. Well, can he? Are these walls climbable?
Yes,
The-
they
the-
would be
the
climbable. Like you
rooftops?
could use like a door or a window to kind of help hoist
Okay.
yourself up. But
Um,
it will require a check.
Well, he's gonna do that. He's gonna bonus
Okay.
action step of the wind to get a dash out and just climb if he
do
can, like up
acrobatics,
to
I
here
assume
or
you'd
something.
prefer.
Okay, and acrobat. He's great at that. He's got
Yeah.
this easy peasy.
Yeah, you see him tumble right up the wall.
Okay.
And
Yep.
make it up there. Defying all gravity. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that's Vin.
Okay, great. Tamila.
Tamila will fire an arrow at the one in front of Vin.
Okay.
Try to weaken it again.
Nice. Guess we're rolling high today.
And she didn't like getting hit. There's not as many left, but I think she might move back a little bit anyways, just to attempt to get a little bit of cover.
Nice. Yeah. And it's their turn. So that one is going to attack Ben. Sorry, this one here. A 9 and a 4 is gonna miss. This one will attack the knight. He's unable to pierce through the armor. And this one's gonna attack Pavel.
Oh, Pavel.
We have a 6 and a 14. Do either of those hit?
Both of those miss.
All right. Finch.
Spinch will go for this one right in front of him.
Okay.
And he'll use his butcher's knife with advantage for flanking. 24.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, awesome. 9 piercing.
That is enough because this knight had weakened that one.
Very cool. I think Spinch, so like the knight stabbed forward with, his own weapon, and the devil has been just focused, and I've been kind of popping here and there in its peripheral, so it's been kind of being annoyed, but I went really silent and I went perfectly right behind him. He didn't even see it coming, where I just come right down, and just like one of the spines on his back, I insert one more pokey thing, but right in the back of his neck, as my butcher's knife just kind of sticks out like another spine.
Awesome.
And I think I'm not gonna have much movement. I'm not gonna be able to reach the roof, but I will go here with my movement. Maybe? No. Yes. I will go over here for my movement to
Okay, just on the
assist Vin.
ground. He's on a
Sorry,
roof.
what? Oh, shoot,
Yeah.
he's on a roof too.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to get up there or no? Is that a check or is that movement?
How much movement did you have left?
And I don't think I had anything left. It was 30 feet, yeah.
Okay, so no, you wouldn't have enough movement. You would need another 5 feet of movement to get up there.
Okay, so here, I'll go to this one then, where I originally went, where I would have 10 feet of movement
Okay, yeah.
to hop on the roof.
Yeah, so just give me athletics, just to get you up there.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right,
Yoink.
I'll put you right there.
Cool.
All right.
And then I think I will just stay engaged here.
There you go. Okay. You see the knights switch to their crossbows. Firing on this one. Miss. Miss. Hit. You see the one in front of Vin, a little crossbow bolt thocks into it, and it seems to take a little bit more damage, but it's still alive in front of Vin. Okay, to Pavel.
Okay. Pavel will advance a little bit farther, and man, I'm gonna do well this time on my attack roll that I never make. I'm throwing a bonus action, rematerialize the shadow blade in my hand, and throw it at the same one.
Okay. Nice. I think you just killed it.
Yay!
Yeah, you do. Please add some flair to your crit there.
Okay, so, oh man, Pavel's like, Shadow Blade. It's, he doesn't hold it in his hand. He just holds his hand like in a sort of a flat palm with his fingers and his thumb pointed out, and the shadow pulls up his arm and, around his palm out of, and just extends out from his fingers, and he just takes his hand and pulls his elbow so that the blade comes back around and is over his opposite shoulder, and he just flings his hand, pointing his fingers at the spine devil, and the shadow launches out from his fingertips. It's silent, and Spinch. What you can see is that it pierces the shadow. This pointed shadow pierces into the temple of this spine devil, and there's a moment where you can see it like screeching in pain and like reaching and scratching at its head, before its eyes darken and it just collapses backward, and falls off of the roof.
Oh man, I just got up here.
That's it.
That's super cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Lulu. Going to assist Vin. Her tusks. Nice. The last little bit of damage needed to take this guy out as she gores her 2 tusks right into its eyes, and you hear her like trumpet in victory afterwards, and look to Vin like, did I do good?
Vin reaches over and like scratches Lulu on the back of its head. Good job, Lulu. You did good.
And we are out of initiative. You see the knights approach Pavel, who's the closest, and just thank you for your help. We were getting a little overwhelmed there.
Who are you with? Knights? Knights of what?
We're the Hell Riders. We're here to treat with Ikaia about the food situation.
Are you from Shield Hall?
Yes, we were told that Ikaia has some sort of horde here.
Indeed.
Do I recognize them?
Yeah, give me insight or history.
Okay. Insight. 12.
Too familiar with them, but you have seen the main one that's talking. You think he was trained around the same time as you. He looks pretty young, and you think you remember him, like maybe in the training. During your training, you would have sparred with him once or twice, but you didn't really get to know him.
Oh, I'll walk up anyways.
Yeah. It seems that these were
Hail.
Hail. It seems like these were fallen Hell Riders. We've been trying to take them out whenever we see them. They don't deserve this life.
The spine devils are.
Yes, and he gets down from his horse and points to the
Kind of
armor.
explains the armor.
Yeah, and just says, yeah. Appears they... Either that or they hijacked this armor from Hell Riders. Either way. Not a fan. Where are you going to? Shiara's Market. We could accompany you.
We are.
We are.
Perhaps you could... Do you know this Ikaia fellow?
We've met.
Nose a stretch, yeah.
Friendly-ish
once.
terms.
Any advice for treating with him?
Probably wants respect and non-aggression. Probably good things.
He's working on his reputation. So I would say treat him kindly, be honest with your requests. He'll probably help you.
He is a vampire, right? Can we really trust
Very
this
much
guy?
so. He's the
I
one
think
with the
that
food.
even if you don't trust
Yeah.
him, you can still treat with him, right?
Yeah, I suppose we have no choice. All right. Well, let's go before another pack of devils approach. They walk with
I
you.
collect my arrows.
Oh yeah, collect your arrows. You will arrive at Shiara's market. The humans move the barriers away as they see you approach and let you through, and then put them back. And it's a makeshift market. There's lots of tents of people. There's lines for like food. There is you see there is a little training area. People are like learning how to fight. And you see atop a large pile of a large like makeshift area, a throne, and you see Ikaia just watching over everything.
I didn't really make a plan for what to do when we got here.
Remind me again what we, and we can talk in your head if you like, but remind me again, like, what were our goals, just to investigate.
Yeah, I will cast message, and I will explain that my mission given to me by the Night Mother. Is that I got that right? Yes, the Night Mother, is tasked me with finding out whether Akeda is sincere in actually helping people. And did I note that right? I have this actually written down. If he's sincere about not killing people anymore, is what I have written down.
Yeah.
Um,
You remember your conversation. She wants to know if he's sincere about that. And essentially, what are his intentions for
Yeah.
sure? Do they match up to what he's saying, or is there something more sinister going on?
And then the other thing is from Shady Sea, we found out that the truth might be below the market in the maze, behind a zone that only dead things can pass through.
Hmm. Excuse me. So Sally could get through, potentially.
Sally could get through, potentially.
Pavel could get through, probably. That was out. That was out a game. That was not the
creature type is humanoid. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Potentially, we could also head up to the Black Antler, leave Shearer's Market, go to the Black Antler, enter the maze there, and try to make our way down here.
It's fair. I'm gonna tap Pavel to discuss. Do you want to try to talk to him first and see if he'll grant us access to the maze, or do we want to sneak in?
Well, I did do the thing that he asked me to do, which was to deliver his rose to the Night Mother. And
You could tell him. We should talk to him, right? We should at least talk to him.
We should let him know that we're here. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe someone can. Maybe we just observe for a little while, see where does he go? Does he ever leave? And if so, where does he go? How does he get into the maze?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, do you want to split up and some of us go talk to him and some of us look around a little bit and ask some questions of the helpers distributing food?
It's okay with me. Maybe we can find, because apparently he does bring people below to feed on, so maybe we can find some of those people and ask them about their experience.
I'm not very good at these things. I mean, I can be sneaky, but I can't. Not very good at talking to people.
You don't have a charisma-based person in your group.
Nobody's good at talking to people. Let's maybe stay together. Let's all go talk to him together, and then we'll all
I have a moment. I can do charisma really well for a moment.
moment.
But it needs to be an important moment. Use. I smear. It's like that Community episode where Britta smears mustard on her face. I commune and I get a little help. A little mustard gets put on my face.
So it's a once per day kind of a thing, or a once per campaign
once per
important moment?
Once per short rest. Yeah.
Okay. We'll probably have a good moment for that when we're talking to people.
You've seen it happen with Spinch. Spinch has put on his charm a few times already, and it's been decent.
Okay. Well, let's start by going and saying hi to High Rider Ikaia.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
I want you to know that I never spell his name right. His my entire notes. His name is Ikaia.
You know what? That's fair.
Canon.
It's close enough.
I love it.
You get said that all the time. Damn those furniture makers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you approach. It's like a wooden stairs that lead up to a platform where he has his throne. And there's a bit of a line. So it takes you about a half hour to get through the line, and you get to Ikaia at the top. Welcome back.
Hello. It's nice to see you again. You doing well?
Yes, it seems our defenses are holding.
I don't want to interrupt, but can I ask, did the other Hell Riders, are they before or after us in line?
Depends on what you would have let them go first, or if you wanted them to go after.
I'm kind of curious, like, to let them go first and just
Yeah.
see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm inclined to
go ahead
agree.
and give me a perception or insight, to listen in on perceive with how the conversation goes. Yeah.
Try to get the rest of the group to.
Maybe Vin can help.
Yes,
Maybe
Vin, yes,
can do
Vin.
this.
Vin.
Perception 9, insight. Where's the insight button? 6. Perception.
Okay.
Oh, that's no, that's Vin.
Oh,
That is Vin. I didn't change the chat.
Oh no. So yeah, you all hear, I mean, they're speaking plainly, the conversation go, and it seems that specifically the Hell Riders have wronged him in the past. So they're going to have to convince him that this isn't some sort of trickery. But he will give an olive branch and send them home with food this one time. But for a long-term relationship, they need to come up with some way to improve either his defenses here or give him more avenues for food, or perhaps a place to set up shop on the western side of the city or something. He gives them some opportunities to come up with something, and they say they have to go back to their commanders, but they thank him for the food this one time, and they will hope to continue relationship. And you see Ikaia assigns it's actually the first time you encountered another half-orc, but there's a half-orc man beside him that he assigns to help them with a delivery of food, and they leave together before you approach. You
I'd
don't
like to
incite
try
any
and-
lies or anything, Tamila, with your 11 or 12. Go ahead.
Can I say that again?
You don't sense any lying or deception
Gotcha.
during their conversation.
Can I just try to do a little wave to half work?
Yeah, he gives you
Just
like
the friendly
the head
wave.
nod.
Cool.
And yeah, just like, yeah, we're cool.
Cool. Also, just really quick, can I do a little retcon? So the morning of, before we left, I would have liked to have the Mephistopheles book. Can I have used that and then increase the food stores for them?
Yeah.
Before we left. Cool.
Definitely. Yeah. So when you made breakfast, you used the fillets and left the remainder with them. Absolutely. Okay.
So
And the
it's
half
been-
orc, you would have caught his name. Malus. I'm putting in chat.
Thank you.
So the weather's been nice at least. It's not too cold out here. It's kind of warm, but you know, it's not the worst. Never rains. Noticed. It's kind of nice.
I've actually
Never get
seen
wet.
acid rain. It's not pleasant.
Oh my, I have not seen. Oh, that's awful.
But I assume you didn't come to talk about the weather?
No, I completed your task, and I have
Oh.
returned.
And how did she take it?
Well, I don't think her feelings are for me to know, but she did not seem upset to receive a gift from you. I think I saw a small smile at the edges of her mouth.
Interesting. It's a good development.
And she deigned to make me her envoy, or the church's envoy, or some sort of envoy to you. So,
Ah.
I'm at your disposal.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is there anything the church desires?
Pavel, in his head, he's like, I should have expected this question. I don't know that they are in need or wanting of anything. They seem to have food, which is what you have, and they didn't seem to be accosted by any of the denizens of this realm. So they seem to be faring well compared to most places.
And the Church of Saloon, have they been interfering?
Not that I saw.
Good, good. We'll keep it that way. Well then, thank you. The only thing we desire is more avenues to, get more people here and into safety, into food. If you have any ideas for that, please.
I poke Pavel. Mila pokes Pavel.
Yeah. Pavel
So subtly.
Talk.
Ex-
Yeah.
Pavel acknowledges, but really quickly he just wants to broach a subject with Ikaia again.
Okay, never mind.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Keep
yeah.
going. I thought we were about to leave. Go ahead.
We I had a question that I asked you last time. I'm not sure if now is the place that you would like to answer it, but I am still curious. And I can repeat the question if you would like me to.
Yes, for the DM. He would remember, but
why did he slaughter the Temple of Shantae?
Let me see if he has something here. Well, I did make a deal that I would tell you a little bit more if you did this favor for me, so yes, I'll tell you. Mind you, this was the old me, but we had infiltrated the ranks of government, and we began to kill off those that might get in the way of us vampires leading Elturel. Many were caught off guard when we slaughtered them, and it was a great success. But there was one that got away. She dragged herself back, Hell Rider dragged herself back to Helm Shield Hall, and she began organizing forces against us. After a while, we continued our chaos through the city, making sure there was no leadership to turn to besides us. And we were making some headway to leading the city. Interestingly, someone who we couldn't get to, the High Watcher Balandi, put that in the chat for you, herself, was refusing any ties to us or any sort of changeover of power until someone killed her. It wasn't us, but we know it was an assassination, though many said it was an unfortunate accident. Our spies know that could not have been. Someone was going to take over, but we ensured that or a mysterious benefactor, it wasn't us, sorry, ensured that Thavius Krieg got the position instead. We also couldn't get through to him. But here is when we, in anger, and in a sign of my love for Shar, I decided to break into the Temple of Shantae and murder the congregation. I didn't want their presence in Elturel any further an affront to Shar. And so I killed them all, creating a lot of fear and panic, leading them again to us as their leaders. However, that Thavius Krieg fellow, when he took over, so soon came the companion, which led us all underground with its radiant light. And that is my story.
Insight. Specifically, the thing that I'm wondering is, did he really do this for Shar? That kind of came out of the blue. It makes sense that he did this to continue the disruption of what he was trying to do to take over the city. But it didn't seem like Shar was a big. I guess if he's going to pick someone, he's going to pick an enemy of Shar. That makes sense. But is Shantae really the biggest enemy of Shar to go after?
Unfortunately, he's very hard to read. He has a very, straight face during the whole conversation. He made no changes in emotion that would indicate that he was lying or making up a story or emotionally attached to the story. The Night Mother was once my wife, so perhaps that was a factor.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking notes. I will subtly point at Tamila to cast message and be like, "Go ahead."
Sorry, Tamila's good now. Ignore the pokes. She would not have poked if you were still talking.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I
I don't
welcome
think she's saying this out loud, but just from my notes, I want to make sure I understand. He had a plot to overtake the government of the city.
Mm-hmm.
Plot was to kill government officials and sow fear.
Mm-hmm.
But people ran away and barricaded themselves, and he couldn't get to at least one Hell Rider in Shield Hall who was unnamed, and also couldn't get to High Watcher Belindi. But someone else killed Belindi, and that's when Krieg took power.
Yes.
And then shortly after, the companion came and they went under. But in the in-between time, just in frustration and to sow fear, he's saying, is when he decided to attack the temple.
Yes.
How much of this aligns with history that we kind of already know, or is this all outside of common knowledge?
Yeah, the timeline lines up. It is true that Belandi was supposedly died in an accident, like a training accident, and so it was a great tragedy. No one ever spoke of her being assassinated or killed in any way. And Yeah, and Krieg was a young cleric of Torm that came out of left field to get the position. It was supposed to be like another politician that was going to get the position, but that politician also vanished, and so Krieg took up the position because he was just a religious leader.
I have a timeline question, which I think is one where I am just wrong.
Okay.
I thought that High Rider Ikaia was like hundreds and hundreds of years old, and the slaughter of Shantae happened hundreds and hundreds of years in the past. But if Krieg is an old guy, was an old guy when we found him. He was young when this happened.
Yes.
But that's still within living memory. This occurred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the let me double check what year we're in. Make sure everything's lining up. But I'm pretty sure the lineup is correct. Where it was about like 70 years ago. Pulling up. I think it's in text calendar. Yes. All right, so we're in 1492. This happened in 1439. It started in 1439. 1444 is when people found out that he was a vampire. And then his plans went really fast. So he started to put people into positions of power, put vampires in a position of power in 1439. And that took a long time. But by 1444, they had a good amount of power and started. Someone found out he was a vampire, and he started the hostile takeover.
So was he, like Pavel said, hundreds of years old? Was he the High Rider at that time, and kind of as part of his normal lifespan at that time, and it was a thing that suddenly now he's a vampire, or was no, he was like a hidden underground kind of a thing that people from a long time ago when he was the High Rider?
Yeah, it was kind of he was a High Rider at the time. Let's see. I don't know when exactly he became a High Rider, but before 1439, because he was definitely a High Rider during that time. But he was a vampire for a long time. And he just happened to get, the High Rider position. But people didn't know he was a vampire. Yeah.
Gotcha. So we okay. That makes more sense.
Oh, I didn't notice this before. Malooth was wearing the holy symbol of Ilmater, though, at work. Just noticed that in my note. Sorry, good.
That's good. I guess I'm just, if Pavel's done talking to him, I might ask what was driving your ambitions to take over the city at that time?
Well,
still there?
Yeah. Well, I just found the city to be hypocritical. It stated that it was this loving city of all religions and all walks of life, but hating on those like us, like vampires or monsters with intelligence, just because it's possible for us to kill, but we do not have to kill to survive.
Was there something in particular that made you decide to, assassinate all the people and take over the government, or just
Once I got the
Just
High
the
Rider position,
hypocrisy?
I realized my opportunity. That Elturel was for the taking.
and I guess the better question: do you still have those aspirations?
I understand that is not the way to what I want. What I want is just for vampires to live in peace here.
Would you be willing? You've already told us a story, and I understand if you have other um, people to meet with. But would you be willing to tell us the story of your turning? How did that come to happen?
A long, long time ago, I was a warrior in a galaxy far, far away. um, I was a warrior, and I fell in combat, paralyzed, worthless. My wife, the beautiful, well, I can't say her name, the Night Mother, as you know her. I only thought of her and wanted to get back to her when this man approached me. He thought I could be of use to him. I served as his spawn for some time till I earned his trust, and then I became a vampire. And I went to my wife, and I made her a vampire.
Ooh.
Is that well known? The Night Mother's a vampire?
It is not well known, but as her envoy, you should know that you serve a vampire.
This is a lot. Oh
Mhm.
gosh.
Can I do just sort of a privately, in my own mind, just sort of a combination of thinking back to the text that I read at 4 in the morning after a very long night of reading in the in Candlekeep, as well as just the vibe. I remember that I don't remember what it was called, but the sort of the cleric, the Templar that we met of Shar, he said that vampires are a abomination.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a religion.
Yeah.
Do I think um do I think that Shar is cool with her Night Mother being a vampire?
Yeah. Ooh. You think because you think normally she wouldn't be cool with it, but because she is also anti-vampire and unhappy with um this way of transforming people, that she still serves Shar well enough.
So I remember that the Night Mother herself is anti-vampire.
Yes, she
And
doesn't.
okay, and she's
She
serving well
called
enough.
Ikaia an abomination or
Right.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember that she did. I thought
Yeah.
the other person did.
Yeah, both agreed that his way
Got it.
yes, defies Shar.
So his weight. So it's not necessarily that being a vampire is an affront to Shar. It's the manner in which Ikea is would turned her
Mhm.
or has turned others That is
Yes.
the right.
That should be
Okay.
Shar's right, not his.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Great. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically, it's Shar's right to turn the dead. Does Shar associate to undead?
Shar is associated with. There is a time. I think we gave you something to think on from Shar, and it's essentially those who are very true to Shar will know
Her dark gift.
get her dark
that
gift.
it?
Yes.
Ooh. I didn't know what that meant until now.
Mm-hmm. But with your reading, and you're thinking back on this in particular.
Pavel seems a little more gaunt and pale than normal.
Are you hungry? We have food.
No, I do not feel hungry, and Pavel's stomach growls.
You see him smile a little bit at this. Well, make use of our soup kitchen if you choose on your way out. Also, you all look quite healthy. Would you be willing to make a donation today?
A donation
Think about it.
of
Blood.
blood.
How would that work?
One of my spawn will extract the blood. And we will store it for when needed.
Like with a knife?
They have a very delicate procedure. It might cause a slight, a very small wound.
I will think about it. Is there someone I should go to if I would like to make a donation?
You saw Maluth earlier, and there is also Layla McKinnon. You should see her around the soup kitchen.
Okay, we're
Thank
gonna
you
go
for
head
your
that way.
time. Okay. If you need anything, you can call upon me while I am here. And I'll kind of
Likewise, I am
nod
happy
to
to
him.
serve the Night Mother and tell her that I wish her well.
Indeed. I nod to him and make to leave.
Okay. You head back down the steps and watch as the next person
And-
approaches.
And as I'm walking away, I'm going to point it to Milla. And I'm going to answer a question that she asked in a way that High Rider Ikaia didn't. And I'm trying to make sure I frame this correctly. And I'm going to say, would a man that did not have ambitions for power and control and authority sit a throne?
It is a throne. Okay. I'm gonna keep like tapping Pavel so we can like talk in his head, and
Yeah.
just going to say, I'm willing to make a donation if it gets us into a area.
I mean, it seems like a good way to do it. I need to process. Frankly, I want to know for myself after this conversation what that is like.
What, the giving of a donation? What that's like? Or what it's like to be undead?
I don't know how to put this in words. Um, I, knowing what
Mhm.
is Char's dark gift, and that I have my affiliation with her, I cannot discount the possibility that that might be in my future. Not that I want that, not that I'm working toward that.
Well, okay.
I
Is it a
I
bad thing? I mean, do you believe Shard's gift specifically is vampirism, or do you believe it is some kind of undead state?
could be could be lots of different things. I need to know.
You are so smart and so unwise. I think we've established that, but
I cannot I cannot move forward without knowledge. I need to see this for myself.
let's let's make a donation then. Spinch, do you want to make a friend with the other half orc?
I think he disappeared.
Oh. We look around. Is there another half orc around?
Yeah, give me a perception check, see if you can find him.
I'm not very good at this.
Or Vin can. I think Vin's very good at it.
Ben, will you look around, please? Please,
Yes,
Ben.
Sven will help. Sorry. I am
Stuff happening.
his sheet over here. Here we go. That is Sven with his +9.
Hey. Wow. Interesting rolls today. But yeah, you two, he's not, he's kind of sticks out because of his height. You do see him talking with the knights as their cart is being loaded up with food. I think I have a handout for him. Let me find it here. The Malus.
Malus.
And
He's not green.
No, he's not green. Seems to be from a different region than you.
Very fancy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be doing well for himself.
Yeah, I will head over to him. I think Spinch will. I guess he'll recognize the. What'd you say it was? The symbol of Ilmater. I think he knows it.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
He
two
should know it.
hands wrapped in a red cord.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so he'll recognize definitely the red cords. And he'll walk up and say, "Hi, my name is Spinch, and I see you follow Ilmater. I do too, and I think that means that we are going to be friends."
Ah, wonderful. And a fellow half-orc.
Yes.
There's a Ilmater temple not too far from here. You should visit.
Oh, I did go there, and I saw a dream from him.
You are truly blessed.
I think I am. I actually think I'm immortal.
Ah, so am I. We have much in common.
How have we not met before? What is your name again?
Ah, sorry. And welcome to Shiara's Market. I'm Malus Harwin. I am one of the lieutenants of Ikaia, and I try to make myself useful as much as possible.
How did you become a lieutenant?
Well, I was a Hell Rider once. I was quite capable in combat, and Elrider, Ikaia saw my capability and our camaraderie, and he decided to make me one of his own.
You were a Hell Rider and then you become a vampire?
Yes.
Well, why did you want to be a vampire?
It gives me more power to protect these people. I do not feed on the
Interesting.
humans, just on animals. Though
How much power do you get?
I get so much power. Strength, flight. I can turn into a bat. That's one's not so useful.
And that has helped you protect all these people?
Yes, the strength, the ability to survive in adverse conditions. It has helped me greatly. I've
Are
found
there any
many of the
negatives
survivors
to
here.
being a vampire?
Sunlight, but in Avernus there is no sun.
Oh. How do you become a vampire?
You must, a vampire must share his blood with you.
Oh, you have to drink the blood?
Yes. It's quite rich in iron.
Oh.
And soon you learn with the animals. I've learned that some animals have tastier blood. I think it's the fat.
Oh, fatty animals like pigs?
Yes, very good.
Oh, and lamb?
Oh, yes.
Are you a cook too?
With blood, yes. I like to create vintages.
I am also a cook.
Oh, wonderful.
You have given me lots to think about. I would like to be your friend, and I do not know how much longer I will be here. But I would like if we can talk more. And the people who you are helping right now, they are very nice. And you can tell them you know me and that you are friends with me. And I have a friend over there named Hilda, and you can tell her that I said hi to her again, and that they're very good people, and you vampires should be very nice to them, and I think they will be very nice to you, and I think you can all be happy together.
I believe that's why Ikaia chose me. I was once a Hell Rider, and I still find camaraderie, even if they should find me repulsive.
Oh, you are not repulsive. I like you very much.
I like you too, Spinch. You seem like a good fella.
Yes, I don't know why people say vampires are bad. You are very nice.
Thank you. Please spread the word.
Okay, well,
We're trying to do good
I
here.
do not want to hold you up. I have a question. Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Keep going, Spinch.
Is Ikaia a bad person?
No, he's been doing wonderful. He has done
Okay.
bad things, but now he is doing the right thing.
Okay, I believe you, and I will not incite you.
All right.
Maloof,
You'll go to Pavel and Tamila to just tell them that the information that he gathered and that Ikaia doesn't seem to be a bad guy, and he believes that.
You did not hang out for our conversation with Ikaia. You were chasing after Maloof.
Yeah.
I misunderstood what was going on because we were gonna go find him as well.
Yeah, you kind of run into Pavel and Tamila who were approaching Maluth. And tell them your story. And yeah, you can proceed to approach for your own questions, Pavel.
I'll kind of do an awkward wave. Hi, I'm Spinch's friend.
Ah, friend of Spinch. Welcome.
The High Rider directed us to you in the event that we were willing to make a donation. I believe that I am, and Tamila might be as well. Not to put you on the spot, Tamila. You don't have to.
That's fine. It's,
I
yep.
Very
I-
good.
I did
You're in good health? You
have
appear to
a-
be.
I think I am.
You look a little
Oh.
pale there.
I'm in good health.
Took a tumble, but I got patched up.
All right.
I did have another just question first though. Would you mind telling me how many others are in Keia's brood?
Double checking. 10 total, including me. There's 10.
And when when did he most recently turn someone?
The most recent one was Layla McKinnon. Turned her after the fall.
So very recent.
Yes. Many of the folks here are trying to also be turned.
Really?
Yes, they find it pitiful that they cannot have the strength to fight for themselves. And so they wish for him to give them his power. However, he is very selective. Only one as such made.
And that was
Layla.
Layla.
Do you
Alright.
mind if I ask how many donations you have to collect to support your group at its current size?
Not many, not many. For one, I only drink animal blood. But some of the others, they have a taste for human blood. Ugh. Anyways, so it's only one person a day. It's plenty, and it doesn't harm them.
Thank you.
You may feel a
Do,
little.
do you mind if I ask,
after.
do you have animals? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No.
Say again?
Unfortunately, we've run out. We're hoping that the other parts of Elturel have some. I'm hungry.
Look at Shadow a
Have
little
you-
bit, and then I'm like, look back.
Have you ever tried human or elf or gnome or half orc or any of them?
No, only Ikaia.
I think that's all of my questions.
I'm
How are things between you and Ilmatter now that you've turned?
I've given my entire life to Ilmatter. There's no reason for him to be against me. I sacrificed much to help these people.
I see.
Finch nods in deep thought.
we Can you tell us a little bit about the process of making a donation?
Yes,
What
we'll
would
take
be
you down to our
involved?
donation area. It's quite clean, so as to not get an infection. And then we will poke you with one of our fangs, and your blood will pour out into one of our bottles. And we will ensure that it is only enough as it won't harm you. For example, the gnomish girl doesn't have as much blood as the human boy, so we will not take as much from her. It
Very
will.
clear. I heard fang, right? Like they said
Yes.
fang,
Mhm.
not a knife, not a needle. There's they said fang.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, a vampire's spawn cannot make a vampire.
Okay. Is there a reason why you're using a fang and not a knife? Is that a curiosity?
I suppose it's just how we know best. To get the vein.
Gotcha. I'm fine with this. This is fine. I'm perfectly fine with this. We can do this. Yeah, sure.
Spinch, are you also donating?
I am. Yes.
Well, these
No.
knights will continue loading up their food. Please join me.
I will watch.
Okay. You may watch. You're my good friend now. And
Yes.
he'll bring you to underneath of Ikaia's throne is because it's built on like these wooden pillars. Underneath there is like a wooden trapdoor. He'll take you to the trapdoor, which you see some stone stairs. But we'll end tonight's session there.
Thank you.
Yeah.